Hi, what's going on, guys? Beatbox Blade Slashing here, and I know today's video is a little different, but I was thinking about this, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it. So it was, as if you couldn't see from the title, it's why MLP is so influential. And I think that would be because the show, sure, originally was created for little girls. That's what, like, Season 1 and Season 2 were, and to an extent, Season 3. But over time, as MLP has become aware that it has a brony following, such as myself and plenty of other people, it's like they know how to make episodes for little girls as well as older people. And it deals with it in such a nice way and such a, well, influential way that it makes a lot of sense, actually. Like, there was an episode in Season 8 recently about how, I can't remember his name, but he was a hippogriff, and his dad was a hippogriff, and his mom is a sea pony. And the entire episode was the Cutie Mark Crusaders trying to help him figure out where he wanted to live, either with his mom or with his dad. And I didn't realize until I actually, like, evaluated the episode that was about, like, divorced parents. Even though in the episode I don't think the parents were divorced, but that episode literally was about having divorced parents and choosing where to live. Normally it's the episode didn't really want to deal with it, but in real life the kid normally goes to the mom's side because that's what, like, judges and stuff like to prefer, is the mom's side. But being a child whose parents were divorced when he was 9, I could definitely see the appeal of this episode and the influence of this episode, and I thought that it was really cool of MLP in and of itself to do this, as well as all the other moments where, like with Applejack's parents, Apple Bloom, as well as Big Mac's parents, about how they're dead, yet they don't need to say they're dead because, well, they kind of imply it a lot. But dealing with that sort of situation in in MLP of all things is really good, really sweet. Not to mention it's a Romeo and Juliet episode, which for MLP to do something that's so old that kids nowadays wouldn't understand, but the adults would, because Romeo and Juliet was a movie as well as a very popular story, was really deep. As well as the whole, on top of it, that the parents are dead, and after a while the kids have, like, gotten used to it and have been able to just think about them in a positive way, like in Crusaders of the Lost Mark, when Apple Bloom got her cutie mark, and Applejack said, if mom and dad were here, they'd be so proud of you. And that's just really, not to sound like I'm repeating myself, but it's just really good of the show to do that. And the show has had a lot of impact on so many people, myself included, because I jumped on the bandwagon of MLP when I was 13, so back in 2013 when Season 3 had just ended. And the show was so influential to me because it was at a time where I needed something like that. Because my family doesn't, growing up, and still to an extent now, my family doesn't have a lot of money, so we weren't able to do very much. Yet, we were still able to pull through with everything happening, as well as me and my brothers were able to pull through because of, the parents' divorce. But it's the fact that MLP was there when I didn't even know, I didn't even know it existed when I found it. I hadn't thought, like, anything of MLP. I didn't even know they had revamped the series until I just randomly found it on Netflix. And then I realized that over time watching it, that the show was so influential to me, you know, like, not to sound cheesy, but like comforting me in like different areas that MLP would explore. And I can see that it's had the same effect on so many other people, such as, well, the brony community. Most of them, anyway, as people dealing with, like, kind of the same thing I am, just maybe not to the extreme. But MLP overall is a 10 out of 10 show. With all this merch, you can't see it because green screen, but I have a bunch of merch in my room just prompting me to get more. Not to mention meeting all the people that are bronies, and I can have like a relationship with. I even did a collab that you may or may not have seen with a brony YouTuber friend of mine. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. MLP is such an influential show, and I know Season 8, we're on a Season 8 hiatus right now, but Season 8 eventually is going to come to a close, and Season 9 will do the same. We don't really know if there's going to be a Season 10. I really hope there is. But Generation 5 is coming up after that, and I really hope that it'll do what, you know, everyone wants it to, is to continue the spark that Generation 4 started. Anyway, this has been Beatbox Blade, thinking out of the box. Remember to
like, comment, and subscribe.
As well as share with your friends if you feel like it, and I will see you this Wednesday with a brand new video. So for now, have a good one.
Stay down from me.